Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at root motion abilities. Get Serath moving here. And I just quick disclaimer here that these root motion tasks were working perfectly fine under lag in 4.20.1. They are not currently working great in 4.20.2, but I'm sure that's going to get corrected. I'm actually looking through the C++ right now to try to see what got changed in the last commit, but just so you know, they're not working perfectly right now, and I'll show you a little bit about that later. Okay, so let's start out by creating a quick dash ability. So we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to create an ability. Gameplay ability, blueprint. And remember, quick gameplay ability as the base, and dash ability. I'm going to open that. Okay, first thing we want to do is make sure that this can only be used on the ground. So we're going to go over here and override can't activate ability. We're going to break this structure, and we're going to pull out the owner actor, and we're going to cast to, what are we going to cast to? We're going to cast to our base character, just in case we want to use this for AI characters in the future. We wouldn't want to cast to our player character, we want to cast to the base. We're going to send failed down here to no, you can't activate it. And we're going to get, or sorry, we're going to, get character movement. It's at the bottom. It's the one here with the little blue guy. And we're going to say is moving on ground. And we're going to take that and send it to the output. So if it's moving on the ground, yes, you can activate. If it's not moving on the ground, you can't. We're going to copy this cast node because we're going to need it over here. Okay, so in the activate ability, and we now need get owning actor from actor info. Again, we'll cast to our base character. And if it fails, end ability. On success, commit early. And from the character, we needed the get forward actor vector. This is a unit vector pointing forward. And here we want to type root. Okay, so here's our root motion tasks. We have apply root motion constant force, jump force, move to actor, so it can move to an actor, move to force, which is a location one, you send it a location, move to target data actor, you know, if you did some traces and you got back a target actor, you might want to move to an enemy or something, move to target data actor force, and then we've got apply motion radial force, basically throws everybody out in a radial direction, could be good for maybe explosions or something. We're going to use apply root motion constant force. We're going to call this dash. We're going to plug in the world direction. Which direction does it want the force applied? For strength, we're going to plug in 1800, and it's going to be really short for 1/10 of a second. And additive would basically mean it's adding to the forces already, but in this case, we're actually going to override. And we don't need a curve to change our strength over time. You could do that if you didn't want it constant. You wanted a nice curve to it, plug a curve in. Velocity on finish is basically what to do at the end. We can maintain the last root motion. We can set velocity. We can clamp it. Here's the abilities to set and clamp. I'm just going to leave that the default. We'll end the ability when we're done. Okay. So now I got to go down to our character, third-person character with abilities, and we need to grant that ability. We'll put it here in ability slot 1, dash ability. Okay, go over to our input graph, and I'm not sure yet what we're going to do in this game for our button scheme, so we're just temporarily going to, let's put this to the R key. I think we're already using Q and E. Put this to the R key. Grab our do once. So just a latch. And we'll go up here and grab this try. Let's grab the ability system with it. Try activate ability by class. Then we're going to say get ability 1. So just so you know, by going here and setting this in ability slot 1 in class defaults, this gives the ability or grants the ability to the character. If it's something, if we're like, hey, we really don't want this to be in this ability slot and we just want to pick it, you know, we want to go here and we want to say, hey, I just want this dash ability. This will not work because they haven't been granted the ability. So we'd have to go on the begin play on the server side and grant it. But this character is automatically built that anything in these slots is automatically granted on begin play. So handles it for us. That's one that I forget all the time. I'm like, why is my ability not working? Why is it not working? And it's because I didn't grant it in the begin play, and then it won't activate. If you think that might be your issue, take this return value and print it out to a string, do a print string on this, and if it returns false, that means that either we didn't meet the can't activate ability, which in this case was moving on the ground, so that should be pretty simple, or it hasn't been granted. It's usually that it hasn't been granted. Okay, let's give this a try. And I gotta go here, and last time we were trying 2 players. Let's turn that back to 1. Okay, I'm hitting the F11 key to get full screen. And there we go. It's just a simple, we could probably, enough 11 to get back. We could probably go a little bit more than that. It seems kind of weak. How about for 0.2 tenths of a second and 2,000? Let's see what that does. Now we just got a nice simple dash ability. Okay, that's kind of fun, but Serath has wings, and we want to make her fly. So, what we really want to build is a leap ability. So we're actually going to come here, and we're going to right-click on this dash and do duplicate. Call it leap ability, because it has a lot of stuff we want, and let's not build twice. So we also move here. We also want the leap ability to only activate when it's on the ground, so we're good there. We need all this. We need this. We just really want to get rid of this. So let's get rid of this, and we don't need the forward vector. And let's do root. You're going to use a jump force. And now we need a rotate. Well, let's do this here. Leap. And we need this rotation. So we're going to do get actor rotation. This one uses a rotation instead of... Need to make some room here because we need an animation montage. So play... Oh, nope. Wait. Montage. Play montage and wait. There it is. Okay. Let's see. Leap. Anim. We're going to make a montage. We don't want it to stop when it ends. And we don't need to deal with those. And we're going to come here and say finish on landed. So we'll just grab the finish here. Okay. So the distance, I'm thinking 2,000. I'm thinking height 2,000. And how about a second to do it? They have this thing where you can do separate landing and stuff. You could potentially use that to time some landing montages. You could do some different things. So it's just kind of a delay system they have built there on it. We've got it turned off with this setting. But that looks pretty good there. Let's try it out real fast, and then we'll go see what we can do to animate this thing. So we got our leap ability. Come back down to our third-person character with abilities. We're going to grant that in ability slot 2. Leap ability. And for now, let's put this on the F key. So I'm going to copy this. And we're going to do F key. Normally we should use input ability binds, but we're just kind of testing stuff here and not really sure what control system we want. We can talk about that in a future video. Okay, and again, because that's in ability slot 2, this is automatically granted. So let's give this a try. It's kind of cool, but it just looks like a really tall jump. We need some animations. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we're near the line there. We don't have any servers running, so that was not going to do anything. Okay, so let's work on a montage. So we're going to go here to Paragon Serath, Characters, Heroes, Serath, Animations, and there's a Montage folder. And let's create a new animation montage on the Serath skeleton. Animation montage, and we will call it Leap. Okay, we have to put some together here. So the ones that I like is RMB. I like this dive one. And then I like this Land Holy. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like, and maybe you can picture what's happening here. Right? See that? Can you see how that'll match? It's right about a second until it lands, so we're good. The problem here is I need wings. I need wings. So this is no good. This is no good. Let's go, and they're under RMB here. Let's go and duplicate our RMB dive. So we're going to go here, duplicate, and we're going to add on the end underscore with wings. And then let's go to our Land Holy, and let's duplicate that, and add underscore with wings. Okay, this one's being played first. So we want to go to this curve track, and they already have it set up that you can control the wing alpha with a curve. So it couldn't be easier than that. They've already got it hooked up for us. Well, we want to start, so 0 is no wings. 1 is fully visible wings. The alpha is between 0 and 1. So we're going to start here at 0, 0, and add a key. And we will set that type, interpolation type to auto. And then we're going to come maybe about in here. Add another key. We'll make that a value of 1. Okay? So it's basically ramping up the wings. And we can watch this here. See? Ramps up the wings and then holds them. Okay. And then let's go here and open up this one. This one needs to do the same thing. We need to add the curve. Wing alpha. Be careful not to use this metadata one. It'll just do a solid value. So you need to do the one from the variable curve. They're listed in both places, so I often get confused and pick the wrong one, but you want the one under variable curve. And we're going to start this one because this is the second animation in the series. We're going to start here at 1 at time 0. And then we're going to fade it out, I don't know, maybe let's watch here. Where'd be a good spot to fade this out? I don't know, maybe somewhere in here. And we're going to set the interpolation type on these to auto. And we're going to come to this one and make sure that it ends at 0. Okay? So now we're going to go back to, we're going to clear this filter, go back to our montage, AM leap, and we want with wings. And we're going to do a dive, followed by this. Okay. And now we're going to come back to our ability. Okay. There's a couple things we forgot. You got to watch this. Got to watch this. So it's playing in the default slot. We don't have a default slot. We only have the upper body slot. let's use the full motion slot, but we don't have a full motion slot either. So this animation's not going to play. So we need to fix that. So let's go to our animation VP, and we're going to go to our anim graph. And you can see here that we're playing this upper body slot and blending it with this layered blend per bone. We need a full body slot. So we're going to copy this. I'm going to choose full body. I guess technically we do full body in air, but we haven't got that complicated yet. You can see, though, what they do here in Paragon. Y'all adjust on ground. There's a lot of different kinds of animations they put in different categories and work into the animation blueprint in different ways. So you can learn a lot by looking at that. But we're going to do full body. We basically want to completely replace the animation, right? So any walking that comes from up here, any jumping that comes from here, any blending of the upper body that comes from here, full replace. So we're saying full body. It overwrites everything. Okay, and let's come back to our leap ability. And let's set the montage to play. And here we are. Look at that. I like it. Bam! Seems like it needs some kind of explosion or something. I didn't do that in the test for this, but I feel like it needs some kind of explosion. Let's find something. Let's find a cool one. So we need to go into the FX. Something good here for particles. We could add some wing trails. That's interesting. I don't know what socket those are supposed to connect to. We need something explosive. Impact. Something small. We need big. Ultimate. Evil Aura Ground. It's kind of cool. Wing Fade. There's a lot of little things we could put on here, but we need something big. Oh. Yeah. That's what we need. I think we're using that somewhere else on a different one, but that's what we want. I think this was the one with the black missing. Yeah, okay, so we want the 2. So P Fallen Angel Ascend Hit Smoke 2. We're using that somewhere else, but we are going to go back and do it a little different this time. We're going to add it to our montage. So in our montage here, we can create notifies. And we can play a particle effect. See? So we're going to find the best spot here of when it smashes the ground. When that weapon hits, right there. So you can see this red line. I go click on that. I'm going to say add notify, play particle effect. Okay. And that adds the timing there. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do here, I wanted to change the blend in and blend out. Oh, no, not on this one. That was actually something else I was doing with dash. Okay. So we need to get it to play a particle effect. Notify timing, okay. I can move the timing. Notify begin time, notify frame, minimum trigger weight. I was missing something here real quick. Let's see. Nope, wanted it to play. Okay. That looks good. And our animation blueprint. Event graph. Anim notify. Ruby hover. Let's see, what am I missing? Place an existing native notify. Yeah, did I pick the right? I picked play particle effect. Trying to figure out where to specify it here. It's been a while since I used this feature. Does the sections, does the montage. Existing native notify. Does it show up over here? Nope. Does it end up over here? Nope. Montages only. Ah, okay, well, maybe we're not gonna get that here. I'd have to go look that up. It's been a while since I've used it, but anyway, we'll take a look at that later, how we can do that. But the cool thing here is that we now have root motion abilities. Look pretty cool. And prior to them breaking it in 420.2, these correctly worked with under lag. But let me show you what happens here now that did not happen in the previous version. Remember, we always test with net packet lag equals 500. And sometimes you'll notice some oddities here. Do you see that? There's a little bit of a stutter at the end there where it's setting it back. But the one that we can do here is we can do p.net show corrections space 1. What'll happen is it'll show us where the server and client do not match. And that is not good. You see that there? It shows the green capsules and the red capsules showing the server and the client, and they are not matching good at all. Prior to the update, there were no issues, and none of those showed up, and there weren't any corrections. So it's got a little bit of a problem right now, but I'm looking into it, and hopefully it'll get updated soon. I think something with the root motion and the character component was just a little bit overlooked. So there we go. We now have a cool leap ability. Somebody asked if we could do flying. That can get really complicated fast with the character movement component and custom movement modes, and we really get into C++ there. Not a lot we can do in blueprints. So this is probably the best flying we're going to get. Maybe in the future one we'll go and make it so that it does an explosion when it hits the ground, and it actually, hurts that rampage guy over there who's our mob. So until next time, see ya.